last question, which was Sarah had asked, how do you instill that confidence in older kids? How do you instill that what you just speaking about in older kids?
Yeah, I don't lie, bro. For me, it go both ways. I ain't gonna lie. With the older kids, the confidence gonna probably be heavier because
Right.
I get to speak more freely and we get to be more active because they, listen, when Derrick 17, 18, like those gonna be some fun times because he could really hang with me
Right.
and we could really like move around and do different shit together. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like the conversation I was just having, that go for all of my children, whether they 2 or 22. I'm letting them know, like, nigga, I'm fucking Marvin on your behalf. Anybody fuck with you, they gotta see me. And if I'm not there, this how you handle yourself. This how you get off. And make sure you let me know. And I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna worsen the situation or I'm gonna get you out of there. And when I get there, tell niggas they can have their mamas out there, daddies, sons, cousins, uncles. I got whatever for whoever. But just being honest, once you hear that so many times in life and then you see it once, like it'll build a level of confidence. Like, nigga, you don't want me to call my daddy.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about 911 or who y'all talking about.
Right.
You don't want me to call my daddy though, cause he told me for like 20 years what was gonna happen if he had to come outside. And one of my other siblings told me like what happened that one day he did come outside. So yeah, I don't care what age it was. Listen, I give that same speech to my mama, my old lady, my siblings. I have a brother in prison, y'all. I kid you not. This is a true story. But not only do he get a certain level of love because people done finally figured out that we brothers. My name Derrick, his name Eric, but people finally putting 2 and 2 together. Like, he been down 12 years. But the point I'm making is he has a certain level of confidence even behind the wall. And it's because I reassure my brother on multiple occasions that if motherfuckers behind the wall ever made his time behind the wall more difficult, I promise I'll make their family time that's not behind the wall more difficult. So even with that and that reassurance, he even sleep better at night knowing like you love your grandma, bro. You love your sister. You love your daughter that's still out there that's going to school today with her book bag. Be easy. Because my brother, he gonna do some wicked shit and out here if y'all want to play any type of games in here. So I'm just very vocal and I mean what I say. And the first time my people have a test with me, I always pull up and I get straight A. A plus. Just do the same for your babies. They gonna trust the fuck out you. And just to give y'all the back end, not being funny, y'all, but the confidence and the experience after a repeated amount of times is going to blow them up anyway. They only gonna need to buy into it, but so many times to where like when you actually do speak life into them and say like, man, bro, don't be scared. You ain't gotta be anxious. You got this shit. They gonna look back and be like, I believe my daddy. Cause my daddy don't fucking lie. And I remember when I was 6, when I was 11, when I was 14, and I called my daddy, he pulled up and I felt like I had this shit when he got there. So whether I'm here, whether I'm dead, they gonna read a motherfucking video I put in my Dropbox for them when I'm 80, 120, and I'm gone. It's gonna be like, nigga, we graces. You got this shit. I'm gonna speak with that conviction and that experience, and I feel like they're gonna buy into it every time.
Yeah, for sure. Sarah asked one more last question. How did you get that confidence? Or
Damn,
who was
that's a
the
good
person? Yeah.
So look, y'all, one of the biggest ways that 2 people I'm gonna give the credit to predominantly. My mama, she was big on affirmations. And I'm almost sure she didn't even know like the correct word was affirmations. That's something I feel like our era just like made super big. But anyway, she would tell me every morning she woke us up, she'd be like, I got the most handsome sons and I got the most smartest sons. So at a certain point, my confidence in myself had become bulletproof because like that's basically what I was surrounded with. Like I didn't know how to venture out into the world and be called ugly, and it affected me because like I lived and was surrounded by the love. So those temporary moments where I dealt with this ugly ass world and they may have said something that didn't go in line with how I felt about myself, the positivity easily overrode it because I heard that way more than I heard that fuck shit from the world. That's number one. Number two is my older brother that I was just referencing. I never hung with people my age, never, ever, ever, which I'm sure a lot of y'all can, like, you gonna be like, oh, I get it. That's why, like, his wisdom probably, like, on a different level because he wasn't hanging with 5-year-olds when he was 5. But anyway, being that I had an older brother, he put me on a lot of shit that a lot of people wasn't on at a very early age. So it basically created, remember, I got my mama pointing to me internally. And then I got my brother, like, showing me things externally, putting me on game, like, from my mannerisms to the way in which I was walking to the way I articulated. It's no different than what it is now. My shit was advanced because all I hung around was people who was at least 5 years older than me. I was with him and his friends. So for me, a lot of that was just based off the exposure. A lot of that was based off my brother being my support system. I never had a fight in my life that if my brother was present, he didn't fight too. So, like I'm saying with example, it only took for him to do that but so many times to where I started building up the confidence. Like, I take on anything or anybody on my own, or I'm not gonna have that fear or feel the necessity to run from no man, because the other 20 battles I had my support system, and I'm still like I'm just reaffirming and doubling back to that feeling of reassurance. Like, I'm gonna make it out this shit alive. It's nothing. Niggas ain't fucking with me, blah, blah, blah. So for me, it was my mama. And then number 2 would be my brother. She poured into me. She built my self-esteem. Whether it was intentional or not, she definitely did it. And that's why, like, nobody can't tell me shit now. And I'm not saying I'm not open to learn, but the things that I'm solid on, ain't nobody gonna mentally trick me out of thinking I'm no longer solid on those. And then my brother just gave me the confidence, like, I'm mobbing with the wolves. So, like, even if you are a wolf, I hang with wolves, so I know how to handle such. And 9 times out of 10, most motherfuckers in my bracket ain't a wolf because they wasn't what I was on at an early age. So, I'm not gonna lie, I just go in most rooms feeling already like I got the advantage and I'm an anomaly. I'm nothing like nobody. So, that alone, I ain't gonna lie, that one alone will put you in a different bracket. When you start realizing, like, you're really an individual, that shit gonna boost the confidence and have you moving, like, with a level of confidence that motherfuckers rarely see anyway. And, like, too, one other thing, I would encourage anybody that's struggling with that, try focusing on living by your standards. Because the reason why most of y'all think y'all not enough, because you're trying to live up to somebody else's shit. But when you set this standard of what beauty, happiness, peace, when you set the standard for all that shit, then how you gonna lose if you grade your own paper?
Nah,
who the fuck wouldn't get themselves an A+? Right. I am.
Right.
I'm the shit on paper because I made the motherfucking rules and regulations to how you check off what makes you the shit.
Right. Nah, I agree with that in totality. I don't even got to speak much else. I agree, 1,000%.
You know everything about sports, everything about fucking what weed is popping, what's designer, what's this and that, but you don't know shit about yourself. So a lot of you guys are just well-dressed vessels.